Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone on tonight's edition of the Daily Debate by our guest, Dr. Salah, our economic expert. Dr. Salah, it's a very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, dear.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for your time. And let me start by asking you, Doctor, the Egyptian Stock Exchange has outperformed other Arab financial markets during the first week of the month of March, achieving the highest rate of an increase of 8.1%. As an economic expert, Doctor, how do you view this outperformance? What does it mean and what does it reflect?
The government is doing everything for really passing by these problems of economics nationally and internationally. Mm-hmm. What is really remaining is really to do what the individuals as well as the industry and the NGOs or the people's sector could really contribute to the passing by of this difficult situation where we have to face the most important problems of the whole world, which is really the environmental impact.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, Dr. Salah. And we've also seen recently Moody's modification on the outlook of the Egyptian economy's credit rating to positive. How does this reflect, the strength of the Egyptian economy?
Well, I think what is really needed for the government to put an effort on is really the awareness of the public. People need to be aware where they can sort of conserve the consumption and to improve the production. Mm-hmm. And this needs really more of the awareness to the end users, not the awareness to the high officials or the parties, but really to the end users and to the ordinary public who don't really have the right education or the right information.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Salah, how do you see this as being achieved? What needs to be done? How can awareness be achieved with regards to economic development as well as sustainable development, which is the main goal?
Well, I think from my own experience in a village in Sharqiya Governorate, I can tell you that because we forgot what we mean by cooperatives and cooperation, mm-hmm. that needs to be really of great awareness to handle all the problems that we are facing while the government is taking care of this internationally. So what I really mean of that we need to go with this awareness to the end users in the villages, in the desert communities, in the places where they don't read and write, but they need someone to talk to, and this is really the work of more effective by the public sector or the non-governmental organization.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Salah, you spoke about, grassroots and communities. They also play a very important role with regards to micro and mini, small, medium enterprises, very important even if though informal economic sector. How can they be fit into the bigger picture, in your opinion, Doctor?
Well, there are two aspects, dear. If we are really going for the transitions, what we call the green transitions, or transition to the green economy. I think we need to make sure that people not only understand what it means and how to get it, but at least to find facilities or facilitating that by providing whatever is needed, either availability, loans, access, distribution, equal distribution, and not to give it to someone or to some places only. These are really arrangements that you need to involve the public, and don't forget that we are always, and I tell everyone who are listening to us now, we have what we call it, and the government have been pushing for it, is the magic triangle, which is the cooperation and the dialogue between the government, the private sector, as well as the NGO or the public sector.
Mm-hmm. So you, in your opinion, NGOs, Doctor, also have a very important role to play with regards to economic development in Egypt, as well as the private sector.
Sure, and in fact, they can very well improve and support the activities of the government by promoting the green. As we say it, green means please plant trees or help planting trees, and the second is promoting the use of solar energy, the clean energy for the future.
Indeed, renewable sources of energy, very important initiative that has been undertaken by the Egyptian government, as well as many members of the private sector with incentives as well. Let me ask you, Dr. Salah, the president himself has stated that Egypt's achievements, of course, are usually the outcome of the great people's dream that has been fulfilled with their determination. How do you see, the role, as you said, of the Egyptian person, the development of the Egyptian person and their determination in this regard?
You meant the promotion of the economic or the green economy?
Yes, Doctor.
Well, I can tell you, we have sometimes when we promote solar energy, we promote solar energy as BV or solar heat or concentrators, but we do not promote ideas of simple use, like one simple light lamp. One simple light lamp, I can use it for lighting the whole flat or the whole room and do whatever needed by only having a small solar lamp. The only thing that we need to do is to do it to the individual through an NGO and put it as sort of a loan. Instead of having this lamp by 500 Egyptian pounds, I give it to everyone by 25 pounds a month. So through 1 year, he will have it, and he will use it, and he would maybe call for another one for his family or his relatives and so on. So what I'm saying that we need to make the awareness as well as the education and the training. And I can tell you, dear, how many schools in Egypt that they sent the students to see solar energy equipment or projects in the country as a sort of activities that could let them think and let them participate actively.
Indeed. So education at a young age.
Sorry?
Education and the spread of knowledge starting from a young age, from schoolgoers as well.
Sure. When we speak about sustainability, it means how can we prepare our children for the future.
Absolutely. So focusing on the youngsters for the future generations indeed. On that note, I have to wrap up today's edition. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Salah, Arafa, our economic expert. Thank you very much, Doctor, for all your time and your insights and for joining us on tonight's edition of our show. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we wrap up today's edition of the Daily Debate. We do hope you have enjoyed it. My name is Angie Meher. Many thanks for joining us.